I really don't know what I would do if I didn't have some work that I had to get to.
Hello, hello, hello. This is Shirley Crawford, the owner of Second Chance Consulting and the executive director of the Women's Business Center, RVA, located at 1510 Willow Lawn Drive, proudly displayed across the street from the Kroger at Willow Lawn, welcoming you to another episode of WorkHardAholics. If it's your first time here, welcome. But you're probably wondering what exactly is a workaholic. Well, let me tell you. I created the term. A workaholic is someone who is always doing something. We don't rest on our laurels. We don't wait for the world to come to us. We go take the world by storm. And we come together every week to figure out ways that we can be more productive, more efficient, and to be balanced. Because it's great that you can do a lot, but if you're so tired and so weak and so worn out that you can't enjoy what you've done, then what's the point? I know, right? So welcome here, WorkHardAholics. Let the games begin. So first, I always start each week with the word for the week. And so today, for wherever you are, but today for me right now, it's Super Bowl Sunday. My team, the Dallas Cowboys, they're at home watching the game. They're not in it. That's okay, boys. See you next year. In the meantime, though, so it's Super Bowl Sunday. Black History Month just began. It's Valentine's Day. Lots of love to go around, especially for those Cowboys. All right, so with that in mind, it made me think about, what word kind of encompasses all of that together? And I came up with, you guessed it, probably not, pugilism. You probably didn't guess that. And how I got there is that, one, whenever I'm traveling outside of the U.S., we have this interesting conversation that always comes up. So, one, no one understands why we call football football, because they call football soccer. Well, we call soccer what they call football. And it's because they say it's the ball in your feet. That's the whole point of the game. I don't have an argument for that. But I live here, and so we call it football, and so I can't say I'm going to go watch the soccer game while the NFL is playing, because no one will understand what I'm talking about. So, common language. And the other part of that is, I talk to people and they're like, some people are like, football's so violent. And then on the other hand, I have like these other people like, football's for wimps. Rugby is the real sport. I'm trying to tell you, it's an international conversation. And so on that note of, is it violent or not violent? I really started thinking about, pugilism. And so a pugilist is a boxer. Pugilism is the sport and art of boxing. It comes from, I didn't know this before, I looked it up, don't you doubt it, but it comes from this Latin word pugnus, and it means fist. So it really refers back to when boxing was done without gloves, and it was bare-fisted, and that's how the term pugilism came about. Your word for the week. And so, on that note, still fighting for your right to be heard, your time tool technique. Your time tool technique for the week. So, as you are a business owner in particular, it happens for other people as well, but a lot of times you're trying to find someone, you're trying to reach them, and it's not as easy as it used to be. You can go to a website and you can be there for forever just trying to find an email address. Now, I'm not encouraging you to go stalking anyone, but here's a tool to help you find someone's email address. And so it's called Voila Norbert. Don't know why the Norbert. Could be his name who made it up. Don't know. But Voila Norbert, it's a paid service, but you know I'm all about free. They'll give you 50 free credits that you can try. So if you're like I am and you probably just need one email address or two, you can go do it for free. And so what happens is you need to know the name of the person and the company they work for, and they'll give you an email address. So if you're looking for me, I'm at Shirley at WBCRVA.com. You don't have to go looking. Don't waste your credits on me. I can tell you. But if you were, you could say Shirley Crawford Women's Business Center or Shirley Crawford Second Chance Consulting, and you would find moi. Okay, so especially when you really have to fight to get yourself in front of people, this is a cool way, an easier way to do it. And if you have to find 50,000 people, I think you probably are a stalker, but that's another story. Then you pay for service. But like I said, 50 credits for free. Voila, Norbert. Okay, so this time around, I'm moving into our Bukit moment. Normally, I share with you one of the books from my library, maybe a book that someone else has shared with me with regards to business or some other aspect of it. Because as I've mentioned many times, every millionaire says one of the things that you really must do to be successful is read, and particularly talk about biographies, autobiographies, etc., so you can see how other people have done it. It's like a little walking life lesson by reading about someone else's life. I'm switching it up this week. I'm going to give you a link. I'm going to give you a link. I'm going to give you a link. And it's to an article. Once again, it's Super Bowl Sunday. It's one of the biggest days for marketing dollars. A 30-second commercial at the Super Bowl used to cost $300,000. It's now over $5 million. And so there's lots of conversation about, as far as marketing and branding, is it worth it? Is there ROI, return on investment? And so one of the companies in particular that had a big conversation was Wix, because technically speaking, no one saw any real fiscal financial return. But they came back and did it again. They said they saw exactly what they wanted to see and they ran another. And so this article is just an interesting piece to look at that, especially as a business owner. Like when you think about your marketing, your branding, like how are you doing it? Why are you doing it? What results are you looking to find? Like how do you define success? Because sometimes ROI is not a formula that you can measure for certain things, like spending $5 million on a commercial. But they have the conversation and discussion to say something to know is if you see someone have a commercial during the Super Bowl, even pre-Super Bowl or post-Super Bowl, which are much cheaper, mind you, just like the holidays, a little cheaper before, a little cheaper after, not so cheap on the day of. And so there's been big discussion about the fact that you are able to have a commercial in that time slot. You're clearly a trusted brand. You're not going anywhere. You have the money. You have the credibility. So on that note by itself, it does do, something kind of good for your reputation. We'll figure out the rest of it later. So on that note, we're going to talk about our work hard, play harder moment. Because once again, as a WorkHardAholic, you have to have balance. And you all have been watching me work on my balance because I've been so busy, especially at the center, and it's going amazing. Lots of things are happening. We're up for an award. Lots of great things going on. We've been doing all kinds of interviews, and yay us! But I need a vacation. So I need a vacation. But in the work hard aspect of that, we're doing a lot of amazing things. Really, really pleased about it. But I was looking at an example, which once again encompasses Super Bowl Sunday, Black History Month, and a real WorkHardAholic. And so I told you pugilism was our word for the week. I didn't mention the pugilist who made me think about it all. Charlie Powell was a professional boxer. But wait, there's more. A professional baseball player. Could I possibly be done? No. He was also a professional football player. And who do you think he played for? No, he didn't play for the Cowboys. He played for the 49ers. And once again, who's playing a Super Bowl today? The 49ers. I told you, it all ties in together. And so impressive. He was actually the youngest NFL player in the history of the sport. He began playing at 19 for the 49ers, and then I think he went on to play for the Raiders or something along those lines. So when we look, I often think about how people look at me and like, Shirley, you do this, you do that. I saw you at this event. I saw you at this meeting. I saw you over here, and you're doing so much, and you're running the center, and how do you do it all? And I think to myself, even in my schedule, I know that I still have like times that I'm sitting around zoning out. I could do more. And I'm going to in 2020. Watch me. Say 2020, watch me. Okay, anyway. So I look at examples like Charlie Powell, who had to deal with a whole lot more that I had to do socially, culturally, economically, and still manage to not just be an NFL player, but to have 2 other professional sports as well. So as I look at the other examples of you great workaholics out there, I'm inspired to live better, do better, be better. And as I always say, happy entrepreneuring. Till next time, ta-ta.
Because I really don't know what I would do if I didn't have some work that I had to get to. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da.